My beloved, today is no ordinary day. Today, June 5th, heaven is holding its breath because your name was just whispered in the halls of light. Archangel Michael says, this is not just a message. It's a spiritual lifeline. It was written in divine ink and delivered on angel wings. Beloved, it begins softly like a whisper on your heart. Someone you once loved deeply is about to be revealed for who they truly are. But listen closely. Heaven isn't trying to break you. This message is here to protect you before something reaches your doorstep. You were not meant to find this by accident. God has been watching over you. Especially these last few nights. The signs have been increasing. Sudden chills, dreams you couldn't explain, shadows passing your room at 3:11 a.m. That wasn't just coincidence. That was Archangel Michael circling you, guarding you, waiting for this very moment to reveal what the enemy tried to hide. And now the truth is trembling at your front door. Before we go deeper, Michael says this softly. Please take just 1 second and make sure you subscribe to this divine channel right now because there are messages coming this week that you simply cannot miss. One of them is about the reason you've been crying in secret. Another is about a huge financial door God is unlocking for you before the next full moon. You were chosen. So subscribe now and let heaven keep speaking to you. Now lean in. Michael says, the one who betrayed you, the one who shattered your trust, smiled while lying, touched your soul just to bruise it, is about to be exposed. This is not punishment. This is divine justice. For too long, you carried the weight of their deception. You blamed yourself for their cruelty. But God never blamed you. God wept with you. And now the angels are moving to show you everything. You'll feel it tonight. That ache in your chest when you hear your phone buzz or when you stand near your door and your heart skips a beat. That's not fear. That's divine intuition. That's your spirit remembering what heaven is about to confirm. The person who tried to break you is going to face their mirror. But before that happens, they may try to contact you. Please don't answer until you hear the full message. Michael says they've been talking about you in secret. But what they didn't know is that your name is protected. Archangels have been blocking attacks, redirecting gossip, confusing those who wished harm on you. And today the shield is lifting. The revelation is coming. You're going to hear something that shakes you. But after that, the peace you've been praying for will finally come. Stay open. Stay grounded. And stay here because what I'm about to tell you will change how you see everything, including yourself. And beloved, if your heart is pounding right now, that's not fear. It's recognition. Your soul has been waiting to hear this. Archangel Michael says, you were not wrong about them. You were not crazy. You were not imagining it. That pain you kept swallowing just to keep peace, heaven saw it. And now it's your turn to receive peace. There's someone who tried to silence your truth. Someone who pretended to love you while planting doubt inside your spirit. Michael whispers, the one who hurt you is about to be revealed, not just to you, but to others who were blind to it before. And what happens next? It will feel like a storm at first, but it's a storm sent to clear the sky so your blessings can land. Listen closely. You will receive news. Heartbreaking, yes, but it will also be freeing. Someone you once trusted is about to fall under the weight of their own secrets. And when it happens, you'll feel both sorrow and release. You might cry, but Michael says these will be the last tears you cry for them because after this comes your deliverance. This heartbreak isn't your end. It's your escape. Tonight around 11:44 p.m., you may get a strange feeling. A cold draft when the windows are closed. A flicker in the lights. A name in your mind you haven't thought of in months. That will be Michael standing near, whispering, "Now is the hour." He's going to show you signs all evening through numbers, dreams, even songs you randomly hear. Pay attention. The heavens are painting messages everywhere tonight just for you. Michael says, "I begged God to let you receive this message in time because someone is making a final move. The one who hurt you has tried to make it look like you were the villain, but heaven knows the truth. And in the next 48 hours, they will reveal themselves without even realizing it. And what will happen to you? You will rise. You will feel the shackles of that pain fall from your heart. You will start healing in ways you didn't think were possible. You will finally look in the mirror and recognize yourself again, not as broken, but as chosen. The enemy may have touched your past, but they cannot touch your destiny. Do not be afraid. Even if the truth stings, know that it's arriving with purpose. The truth is God's scalpel. It may cut, but it heals. And once it's exposed, you will no longer carry their lies as your burden. Breathe, beloved. You are being protected in real time. Your name has been spoken in prayer by someone you don't even know. An angel disguised as a stranger stood next to you last week in the supermarket. They were assigned to you because the moment this message came into your life, a shift began in the heavenly realm. Don't skip this. Don't run from it. Michael is not just delivering this message. He's standing beside you as you hear it. He says, "This person tried to curse you with their lies. But the curse has reversed and the next 3 days will reveal everything. You will hear something soon. Maybe it will come as a phone call. A message or a confession you never expected. But when it comes, remember this. The truth was always God's weapon. And now it's in your hands. And beloved, God wants you to know your tears were not wasted. Every single one was counted, stored, transformed, and now the heavens are sending answers. You may feel broken, but you are not forgotten. You may feel tired, but you are not abandoned. You may feel alone. But oh child, you are surrounded by angels. You survived everything that was meant to destroy you. And now your reward is on the way. But first, the lie must break. And it will soon. Michael says this with fire in his voice. Do not let them fool you again. If they come back speaking sweet, apologizing, pretending they didn't mean to hurt you, listen to your spirit. The same one that warned you before is warning you again now. You are being given a second chance at peace. Don't let fear make you open the door that heaven just closed. And my child, when heaven gives you a second chance at peace, it also gives you clear steps so you can walk forward with faith, clarity, and daily direction instead of fear. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the pinned comments below. Because this second chance at peace is not only meant to protect your heart, it is meant to help you walk with wisdom, clarity, and steady faith. And if this is stirring something in you, if your chest feels heavy or your breath just caught, that's not random. That's spiritual confirmation. You are being spoken to directly. This isn't for everyone. This is for you. Please don't skip this next part. I know it's hard, but you're stronger than even you realize. Michael says, tonight, the person who hurt you is being watched by God Himself. The one who tried to ruin your name is about to fall on their own sword. And you will rise like dawn. This is the shift you've been praying for. This is why you couldn't sleep last night. This is why the door you were trying to open wouldn't budge. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection. Archangel Michael says, God is not just exposing the lie. He is rewriting your story. The next chapter of your life will not look like the last. You will not be used again. You will not be underestimated again. You will not be forgotten again. You are being held, seen, chosen, and yes, delivered. Even now behind the scenes, angels are moving people. A conversation is being had about you that you don't know about. But you will soon. It will bring closure. It will bring freedom. It will bring tears. Yes. But after the tears comes clarity. Michael says, you need to hear this next part and hear it with your spirit wide open. The person who hurt you is about to be exposed by the very people they tried to turn against you. They lied to protect their own image. But lies decay from the inside and their mask is slipping. What they built on manipulation is crumbling. And it's not your job to rescue them this time. It's your time to walk away and never look back. Stay close because the message continues and what you're about to hear next will explain the dreams you've been having since last week. Michael is whispering now because what he's about to reveal is sacred. Beloved, he says, those dreams you've been having, they weren't just dreams. They were warnings. They were glimpses. They were heaven's gentle way of preparing you for this heartbreak. And the breakthrough behind it. That house you kept dreaming of, empty rooms, echoing voices, someone watching from behind the door. That wasn't fantasy. That was spiritual truth wrapped in symbol. The house is your past. The echoes are your unanswered questions. And the shadow at the door, that's the one who hurt you, standing outside, waiting for another chance. But heaven says, no, not this time. Michael repeats louder now. Not this time, because you've grown. You've been through the fire. And now your spirit has built armor from the very pain that tried to bury you. You felt so alone, but you were never truly alone. Do you know how many angels stood at the foot of your bed while you cried? How many battles they fought on your behalf while you slept? Do you know how many times they blocked the phone call that would have reopened your wounds? How many tears they wiped away with invisible hands? You thought you were forgotten, but you are being hidden, protected for this moment. Right now, something powerful is shifting, and it's bigger than the betrayal. It's bigger than the heartbreak. Michael says, this is the divine unraveling. Everything built on falsehood is falling apart, so the truth can finally breathe. You may hear a voice soon. A message, a name, a location, something from your past returning with a new face. But be careful because the enemy knows you're about to be elevated. And they want to attach themselves to your next level without ever earning it. Don't let them. Michael is at war for your soul right now. He's cutting soul ties, tearing contracts that were formed through pain, silence, manipulation. He's rewriting your destiny in gold ink. And your name, oh, your name is glowing in the divine records. You are not who you were. You are not their victim. You are God's victory. And what they try to destroy in you has become your light. Now listen, this part is important. You're going to be tested. In the next 7 days, you will receive an offer, an apology, or an invitation from someone who once hurt you deeply. They'll sound sincere, but Michael says this is not their redemption. It is your test. Pass it. You already know the answer. Don't go back. This pain, it's holy. This sadness, it's sacred. It's what's waking you up. And soon it will release you into something you never imagined. A new connection, a new blessing, a life without second-guessing yourself, a life of full spiritual knowing. Michael has waited for you to reach this moment. He's whispered your name through every sleepless night. He stood at the edge of your doubt and begged God for one more chance to reach you. And now here you are reading this right on time. He says, "Beloved, this is your divine intersection, the crossroads between hurt and healing, between past and purpose. And you can't turn around now. Let the truth come. Let it sting. Let it shock you, break your illusions, even bring you to your knees. But don't let it break your spirit. Because Michael promises after this heartbreak comes heaven. Tonight around 2:22 a.m. your spirit may feel restless. That's when Michael will be closest. You may feel a warmth on your cheek like a kiss. You may hear your name in the silence. You may feel tears rise for no reason. That's your soul cleansing itself, making space for the new. Let it happen. God says, I've seen every wound. I've heard every prayer. I've counted every time you said nothing and still chose peace. And now I'm choosing you. You are not reading this by chance. You were pulled here. Heaven orchestrated this encounter. There is a reason you're still here even after everything you faced. You still have love to give. You still have songs to sing. You still have laughter that hasn't been heard yet. And you still have miracles on the way. This heartbreak is not your ending. It is your announcement. The divine is rearranging your life. Let go of the one who harmed you. Let go of the story you told yourself to survive. Let go of the what-ifs and prepare to receive what is. Michael says this is not about revenge. It's about release because what's ahead of you is too sacred to carry dead weight. You're being prepared for a new kind of connection. One where you won't have to explain your worth. One where your tears will be seen, where your silence will be honored, where your joy will not be a threat but a celebration. So when you feel the ache tonight, when the heartbreak rises up like a wave, remember this. You're not falling apart. You're being reborn. Michael is smiling now. A soft, holy smile because he knows what's coming. Let it happen. He says, just hold on a little longer. You're almost free. And when you are the person who is meant for you, who will never betray you, who will speak your name like a prayer, not a punchline, they will arrive right on time. Michael bows his head gently now, not in sorrow, but in reverence for your courage. He sees what you've endured. He knows the nights you felt like giving up, but still got up anyway. He knows how you've smiled through pain just to keep others from worrying. He knows the way you held yourself together when everything inside you was breaking. And now he's kneeling in front of you. Because heaven honors what the world ignored. Michael whispers again. You are not broken. You are battle-tested. This final part of the message is what you've been unconsciously waiting for your whole life. The moment of divine clarity that makes everything else make sense. God is not punishing you with this heartbreak. He is rescuing you from repeating it. The person who hurt you, the one who spoke sweet words but moved like a shadow, their time is up. Their access to you has expired. Heaven is revoking their spiritual permission to drain you any longer. You've graduated from that lesson. Now something new is on the way, and it will arrive in 3 waves. Michael says, watch closely, beloved. The first sign will come in the form of silence. You'll notice that certain people who once obsessed over you go quiet. That's not a loss. That's spiritual distancing. The divine is pulling them back to make room. Don't chase the silence. Don't mourn what is being removed. Instead, honor the space being made. The second sign will be strange timing. You'll start seeing repeating numbers again. 11 11 444 55 even 911. You'll receive random texts from old friends at just the right time. A video like this one will show up out of nowhere. These aren't coincidences. These are spiritual breadcrumbs leading you into your divine timeline. And the third sign, this one is the most powerful, will be a name. A name you haven't spoken in a long time will come up again. It may be someone from childhood, someone you used to love, or even someone who once inspired you but disappeared. This name will mark the beginning of a new healing cycle. When it shows up, listen carefully. That's the moment your new chapter begins. Michael leans in one last time and says, I had to wait until you were ready, but now heaven is opening the door. The heartbreak. That's just the final test. And beloved, you are passing it with sacred strength. If you're still reading this, your soul knew. It always knew that what was breaking your heart was also breaking your chains. That the pain was the prophecy, that the tears were watering your next harvest. So let it rain, child. Let the truth come. Let the false fall away, because what's coming next is holy. You're about to walk into rooms you once cried outside of. You're about to receive answers that don't just explain the past, but heal it. You're about to be loved in ways you forgot were possible. And most of all, you're about to meet the version of yourself that was buried under survival. This is not a coincidence. This is not just a video. This is your confirmation. Michael says, the heartbreak that's coming to your home will not destroy you. It will free you. And after it passes, you will rise, not bitter, not guarded, but reborn. Heaven is already preparing the celebration. Your table is being set. Your name is being lifted in light. The angels are rehearsing your song. And Michael, he's waiting at the edge of your breakthrough. Hand outstretched, whispering, come. This time you won't have to go through it alone. So go ahead. Cry if you need to. Shake if you must, but don't stop now. You are being delivered. And nothing will ever break you the same way again. If this message reached you at the right moment, it means you were chosen to hear it. Please don't leave without subscribing, because this wasn't the last divine word for you. Not even close. A letter is coming. A door is opening, and the next message might just reveal your destiny. Heaven is not finished speaking to you. The next miracle has already begun. And beloved, it carries your name. Because even now, Archangel Michael isn't finished. He says, beloved, the heartbreak was never meant to break you. It was designed to wake you, to separate the counterfeit from the divine, to pull you out of what was comfortable, but killing you, and lead you toward what is uncomfortable but anointed. So, here's what you need to know. What you need to hold on to with both hands and a wide open heart. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. The one who hurt you was never in control. God saw every moment they tried to dim your light. Every manipulative silence, every guilt trip, every moment you bent just to be enough for someone who never truly saw you. But God always saw you. And today, Michael says, God is placing you back on your throne. Not just emotionally, but spiritually, financially, energetically. You are about to rise in every way the enemy tried to bury you. And my child, when heaven begins lifting you emotionally, spiritually, and financially, it also gives you clear steps so you can walk forward with faith, clarity, and daily direction instead of fear. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. Because this rise is not only meant to lift your spirit, it is meant to help you walk with wisdom, peace, and steady faith. And here is the miracle you didn't expect. The person who broke your heart has now become the fuel for your divine restoration. God is using the fragments of your heartbreak to build something holy, something permanent, something eternal. So if your chest feels tight, if your spirit feels heavy right now, it's because your soul is remembering what it was born to be. Not abandoned, but anointed. Not broken, but chosen. Not forgotten, but divinely favored. And the silence you've been enduring. Michael says that silence was sacred. It wasn't emptiness. It was God preparing your new beginning in secret. But now, heaven is about to make it loud. You're going to start hearing your name in rooms you've never entered. Opportunities are going to start appearing from nowhere. Things that once terrified you will start to excite you. That is how you'll know the shift is real, because the heartbreak was real, but the healing will be even more powerful. Michael asks you to remember this. When the enemy loses access to your heart, they will try to re-enter through your memory. Don't let them. If they come back pretending to have changed, remember what they did when they thought you had no power. Forgive them, but don't forget how far you've come. This time, you are no longer their victim. You are God's testimony, a walking miracle, a living prophecy. You are no longer in survival mode. You are stepping into supernatural revival. The angels are circling your name tonight. They're writing a new chapter, one without betrayal, one without begging, one without shame. A chapter where you are loved deeply, loudly, and safely. And here's the final message Michael wants you to carry. The person who once broke you will not recognize you after this because they hurt the version of you that needed love to survive. But they will never touch the version of you that learned to love themselves. That version of you is already being born. Even now, your energy is changing. Heaven is surrounding you. And soon you'll start to feel lighter, more clear, more certain. That's what happens when angels remove what was never meant to stay. So when you wake up tomorrow and the air feels different. When you hear that one song again, the one that always makes you cry. When the text comes in or the name pops into your mind or the door finally closes, let it all happen. Because this time, you're not watching the heartbreak ruin you. You're watching it rewrite you into someone stronger, someone softer, someone more spiritually aligned with the life you were always meant to live. Michael is smiling now, his wings glowing with joy because you listened. You didn't skip this. You stayed long enough to hear what most people ignore. That your pain has purpose. And the heartbreak was always leading you here. To this message, to this moment, to this miracle. Breathe, beloved. Because your soul just survived the storm and your blessings are already on their way. And what happens next is something you were born for. Michael lowers his sword now, not in defeat, but in reverence. The battle for your spirit was fierce. The enemy tried everything: confusion, loneliness, rejection, abandonment, even self-blame. But they lost because you stayed standing. You didn't give up even when you thought you might. You didn't walk away from your light. You kept walking, kept praying, kept believing. Even if your voice trembled, even when your faith cracked, even when you felt like maybe God had forgotten. But heaven never forgets its children. Especially not the ones who cry in secret. And now the reward for your endurance is arriving. Not just in the form of a blessing, but in the form of a revelation. You are no longer bound to the story where love means pain. You are no longer tied to the version of you who begged for clarity from people who fed you silence. You are no longer cursed to repeat what you barely survived. You are right now being reborn as someone who is free. Free from guilt. Free from emotional debt. Free from performing just to feel wanted. Michael wants you to remember something powerful. Every time you thought it was over, it was actually just beginning. And this heartbreak, this moment, this sacred unraveling, it's your spiritual graduation. He says, look at you. Still standing, still glowing, still worthy after everything. The old you would have stayed silent. The old you would have explained away the red flags. The old you would have accepted the apology without changed behavior. But the old you is gone. The heartbreak buried them. And from that heartbreak, God raised someone divine. Now you're not just surviving love. You're about to receive it. Real love. The kind that doesn't confuse you. The kind that doesn't go missing when you need it. The kind that makes you feel seen even when you're silent. And Michael says, this love begins with you. You are your first miracle. You are the answered prayer. You are the one who made it out of that room crying and still somehow lit a candle for others. So breathe, because soon you're going to look back and say, I didn't just survive that season. I became sacred in the middle of it. And finally, as this message draws its holy close, let these words be etched deep into your heart. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too hard to love. You are simply too sacred for what tried to keep you. Now your angels are rejoicing. Michael is lifting your name before God. And heaven is opening a new book. The page turns now. The chapter begins. Now the story heals now. If your heart is beating louder, if your breath is shaking, if your eyes are filling up, know this. It's not just emotion, it's activation. You are being remembered by heaven. And the one who hurt you, they're going to remember what they lost. But you're going to remember who you are. And who you are is God's miracle. Yes, beloved. Let's breathe together now, because even though the words are ending, the divine movement in your life is just beginning. Michael lingers now, not rushing, not retreating, but staying with you. Hand over your heart, because what just happened in your spirit is bigger than you realize. You didn't just receive a message. You answered a calling. Heaven doesn't speak to everyone like this. But for you, the angels made an exception. For you, the timing was precise. The tone was sacred. The delivery urgent, because your heart, you're beautiful, scarred, sacred heart is rare. And God does not ignore rare things. So if you feel a shift, if your hands are shaking, if your chest feels wide open, if your eyes are glazed with tears, it means you've just been visited. This was not imagination. This was divine intervention. Michael says softly, "You are not just loved. You are protected. You are watched. You are being prepared for something the enemy never wanted you to see. But now you've seen it. And there's no going back. You now know who you are. Not because someone told you, but because God revealed it. You were chosen to heal, chosen to rise, chosen to feel, forgive, release, and start again. And now you will start seeing signs everywhere. People will treat you differently. They'll feel your new frequency before you say a word. They'll know something's changed. You'll glow differently, walk differently, sleep more peacefully because you've been freed from the web of heartbreak and shame. Michael says, "Now, child, you must protect your light." That means no more shrinking, no more over-explaining, no more trying to convince people of your value. Your presence is not up for debate. You are divinely qualified. You are spiritually awakened. And from this moment forward, heaven will walk with you in every step, every room, every conversation. But promise something: when the old voices come back to tempt you, don't answer. When the ones who hurt you reach out again, speaking in apologies stitched from fear, not truth, don't open the door. Because what you've built with God is too holy to be handed back to the hands that once broke it. Instead, lift your head. Lift your heart. Lift your standards. Because what's ahead of you will require a version of you that's been through fire and glows because of it. Michael takes one step back now, just enough for you to stand in your new strength. He smiles, wings shimmering in soft golden light, and says, "I'm still with you. Always will be. But now it's time for you to fly on your own." And as you walk forward from this message, from this moment, you won't walk alone. You'll carry this voice in your heart. You'll carry heaven in your soul. You'll carry light in your eyes. And everyone who once doubted you, they'll watch in awe as you rise higher than they ever imagined. Because what God has planned for you next is not just recovery. It's glory. Now go, beloved. The angels are waiting. Your miracle is waiting. Your new life begins now. Pause. Breathe. Feel, because this is the very moment Archangel Michael was preparing you for, not the climax, not the heartbreak, but the quiet after. This silence right now, it's not empty. It's sacred. Heaven is watching how you sit with this truth, how you hold this light, and what you do next will echo into eternity. Michael wants to remind you gently what just happened in your soul is not small. The atmosphere around you has changed. The old agreements have been torn. The spiritual handcuffs have snapped. The sorrow has been heard and the healing has begun. From this moment forward, every step you take will feel different. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. There will be moments where you feel lighter for no reason. Moments where the air smells sweeter, or your laughter comes easier, or your silence feels peaceful instead of lonely. That's not a coincidence. That's spiritual confirmation. You've been set free. The person who hurt you no longer holds the thread to your heart. Their shadow no longer lingers in your decisions. Their words no longer echo in your worth. They are now just a closed chapter in a story God is rewriting. Michael says the curse is broken. The chains are gone. The lie has been exposed. And now you walk in truth. And that truth is this: you are loved. You are held. You are rising. And even though your heart may still ache, it's beating stronger than it ever has. Tonight, when you lay down to sleep, something new will happen. You will feel warmth at your back as if wings have wrapped around you. You may feel a tingling at your temples or a pulse in your hands. These are not symptoms. These are signs. You are not alone. You never were. But now you finally know it. Let this be your new mantra. I am no longer broken. I am becoming. And every time you forget, come back to these words. Come back to Michael's voice. Come back to the moment your heartbreak ended and your miracle began. Now go. Eyes forward, heart open, head high. Because you, beloved, are walking into the most peaceful, powerful, loving chapter of your life. And this time, you'll walk in without begging to be chosen because heaven already chose you. And remember, beloved, these messages continue because of people like you. My child, we run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.